Breaking news. The employment sector in Jamaica could affected badly.
Oh, say God no. Oh, ay, ay, ay. Stiff food in my mouth, man. First to the one I'ma get, mama catch it up. Oh, out of slime. Ay.
Why? The Trump administration now is looking to implement or to pass a law that could pull back all the call center back to the US. Now, Jamaica, since of lately, have been packed with call centers. So it have been helping out the job sector or the employment sector within Jamaica greatly. The call centers in Jamaica have been rampacked. It have difficulty for people to get in. So it have helped the economy great. So with this new law or new policy that Trump is trying to put in place could affect all of that. And that means the employment rate would be high. And that means we would have more people unemployed, more people getting in trouble, and all of these things. But we have a breakdown of what it will look like and what's really going on. We could take a look of what's about to come.
Call center jobs in Jamaica and all over the Caribbean could be in a lot of trouble if this proposed law gets passed in the United States. I'm Kalila Enriquez Reynolds, founder and CEO of Money Media, Money Made Simple. So U.S. Senators Ruben Gallego and Jim Justice have introduced a new bill called the Keep Call Centers in America Act 2025. The bill aims to do just what the name says, keep call centers in the U.S. One of the key points of the bill is that a company must give 120 days notice before moving its customer service jobs to another country. That company would then get added to a public list by the U.S. Department of Labor. Companies on the list would not be able to get new federal grants or guaranteed loans for 5 years. For companies that already have federal awards, moving jobs abroad could mean paying monthly fines or even losing those awards altogether. The law would also require call centers to tell people where the person they're speaking to is located and whether they're talking to a live human or an artificial intelligence program. Then, if the caller asks, they must connect them to a human operator in the United States. Oh, and on top of that, federal customer service contracts would only go to companies that keep their call centers in the U.S. So clearly, the idea is to keep more of these jobs in the country and disincentivize companies from offshoring the jobs. Now, this could have a serious impact on Caribbean countries like Jamaica and Belize that have built strong business process outsourcing industries. Jamaica's BPO sector has grown rapidly over the last 20 years. As of 2024, call centers employed around 60,000 people. In Belize, BPOs employ about 16,000 people and pay out roughly $150 million in annual salaries. Jamaican BPO firms have also invested heavily in the sector recently. IBEX spent millions building out 3 massive centers in Portmore. So if this law passes, it could slow down growth of the BPO sector massively. There could even be layoffs. Now, for the most part, offshoring has been a win-win for U.S. companies because they get skilled English-speaking workers in a time zone close to the U.S., but usually at much cheaper costs. But on the flip side, companies might still choose the Caribbean for customer service work, especially if they do not rely on U.S. government funding. There's also the possibility that the law does not pass, or it does pass with major changes that aren't so strict. Even so, it might also be a sign for Caribbean countries with large BPO sectors to diversify and become less dependent on those U.S. customer service jobs. And that's the bottom line.
A lot of us have family members that work in the call centers. We have friends that work in the call centers. We have partners that work in the call centers. And we know for a fact that these call centers are doing something amazing for our people. They might not pay in them as how they might pay in the US, but again, they're making a better way for the youths them. For come off of the street, for not getting gang violence and all of these things. Now, if this should really happen and take place, that means it's not a good look for Jamaica, right? That means the economy that is going so good so far for the future would crash in some way. That means we would have more unemployment in the country, and it would put a stigma upon the country where crime and violence would go up. Now, I'm hoping that this law doesn't pass, to be honest with you, because it wouldn't look good for Jamaica at all. None at all. I'm hoping also that these people that are working at the call centers are really taking heed and really doing some investment, right? So they can have something to rely on that is firm. So it's either you're going to invest into a taxi or a bus, or you're going to invest in a shop or a bar, something. You know, you can even invest in a funeral home, which a lot of you don't know that you don't need to store the body to actually invest in a funeral home. You can simply do an office where you sell the casket, right? And you can further and move up where you can have somebody store the body for you. So there are many ways that you can invest within Jamaica and invest your money wisely. Yes, may I say, so may I hope that these people actually do that. You can also buy shares in the highways in Jamaica, right? Like Highway 2000. You can buy shares in these highways. So I'm hoping that people really putting their money to use, because in a real life, you don't know where life other brings tomorrow or next week or next month. So we have to make sure, say, we are prepared for these things. You understand? So for all our families and friends that working in the call centers are working in US based companies, need to take heed that this administration is not playing. You understand? They're not playing. And you can't sit down and waste time, none at all. You have to make sure so you set yourself properly.